City Authority, the Rialto Housing Authority is now in session. Will the clerk call the roll call? Present.
Tim Scott,
Present.
Councilmember Caracellis,
Present.
Councilmember Perez,
Present.
Councilmember Montoya,
Present.
City Manager Tanya Williams,
Present.
City Attorney Eric Bell, missing his name, City Treasurer Ed Correa.
Present.
Thank you. What's his name? That's a set.
Are all
Oh,
our
there
names
it
in
is.
order?
Didn't I call you?
Everyone.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, well, President, accounted for. Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. At this time, I'll just call on the city attorney to report that we had no closed session.
Tag.
We did in fact have no closed session this evening, so there's nothing to report on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Just look.
At this time, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. It will be led by our city treasurer, Edward Carrillo.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, we'll do the invocation that will be led by Pastor Javier Reyes from the Calvary Chapel of Rialto. Is he present?
I do not see him here. Oh, I do not see him here.
Okay, our acting pastor, Cynthia Alvarado Crawford. Well, actually, we could call on Terry. You were a past pastor too, right?
Come on, Terry.
Thompson? Okay.
No.
Cynthia.
All right, please bow your head and close your eyes. Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, for the day that you've given us. It's a beautiful day in the city of Rialto. We ask, Father God, that as we get ready to conduct the city business, that you touch our hearts and our spirits and our souls so that we can make the righteous decisions for what's best for our community, Lord. We ask that as people are coming towards this meeting, that you give them safe and traveling grace, Father God, and we ask that you just give our council the courage to do what continues to be the right thing for this city, Lord. We ask all these things, Father God, in your name. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. At this time, we'll move on to presentations and proclamations. Do we have our Chancellor, Diana Rodriguez of San Bernardino Community College District?
Well, good evening, everyone. As introduced, my name is Diana Rodriguez, and I want to thank you all for the opportunity to have me come in and share a little bit about what we are doing in the San Bernardino Community College District, where we house both San Bernardino Valley College and Crafton Hills College, as well as an economic development center and KVCR television and radio. But before I do that, before I talk about what we're doing, I'd like to share with you a video that really highlights who we are. And I think the video does a much better job than what I can in explaining. Here in the largest county in the United States, big dreams find a home. SBCCD. What do these letters spell? Opportunity. We're home to Crafton Hills College, San Bernardino Valley College, and our very own PBS and NPR public media station, KVCR. This is where our community learns something new every day. Affordable tuition, uncompromised quality, over 20,000 bright students. Every year, 2,000 of them graduate to do big things. We're more than higher education. We're an economic engine. In total, we boost our local economy by $720 million every year, building things, supporting local jobs, and helping businesses grow. We also team up with our local schools so young students get a taste of college early on. Our students learn by doing. They clock in over 40,000 hours of community service a year, helping make our neighborhoods even better. And for anyone looking for new career skills or a second chance, our Economic Development and Corporate Training Center is here, welcoming everyone and ready to lend a hand. To every neighbor, every taxpayer, know that every dollar, every effort is an investment in our shared future. At SBCCD, every day is about creating opportunities right here at home. I just love that video. It really highlights what we have been working to accomplish over the past 100 years. And I think it's important also to show the faces of our district. Not all of them could be here today, but these are the true visionaries of our district, our Board of Trustees. I won't read them all to you. You see their photos there. The trustee that represents Rialto is Mr. Joseph Williams, who I want to say is an excellent trustee for us at SBCCD. But we do have with us Trustee Carlos Aguilera, who'd like to introduce to say a couple words.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Council, Mayor, thank you for having us here this evening on behalf of the San Bernardino Community College District. I'm Carlos Aguilera. I'm a trustee. We're honored to be here to describe a little bit of what we've been doing in the community, also in the Inland Empire, going out to talk to the community. Not only that, we've also been talking in Sacramento to get more resources because the students that attend our colleges are from Rialto, the Rialto School District. We have, those students that come to us with a lot of promise, and we set them up for success. So we're really here to share a lot of the key wins we've been doing this past year and everything that we're planning. And again, with your partnership, we know we will continue to exceed and also, go beyond our expectations. So thank you again for having us this evening. Hi, Barbara. How are you doing?
How you doing? Actually, that was one of my interns.
Everyone knows Miss McGee, all right? Everyone knows Miss McGee. So who do we serve? Mr. Aguilera talked briefly about our students here in Rialto, but across the district, we serve just over 30,000 students at both Crafton Hills College and San Bernardino Valley College, spanning over 22 different cities and communities, serving 7 K-12 feeder schools into our colleges and reaching approximately 4 million students. I like to think that there are students, the reach that KBCR has, because we hope that they're learning from our radio broadcasting, all of the things that we're broadcasting over there, and we like to say that they learn something new every day. And I also felt that it's not just KBCR, it is Emmy award-winning KBCR, who recently just won 2 Emmy Awards, and we're super proud of them for that accomplishment. What we're also proud about is keeping the affordability low for our students. Attending a community college, attending one of our community college would cost a student approximately $1,200 a year, about $1,250, right? But if we take a look at our neighbors in the UC system, it could cost upwards of $14,000. If we go further and we take a look at our nonprofits, our for-profit institutions, it can cost a student upwards of $45,000 a year to earn a very similar education that they can earn in their first 2 years at a community college. So we're proud of the value that we offer our students, and we try to convey that to parents, that it really is and can be in the best interest of students to start their education at a community college. Not only do we want our students to have just the most powerful education that they can have, we also want to instill in them a sense of community, a sense of our community here. So we began with a program called the College Court Program, where students do have that opportunity to give back to the community by working with nonprofits within our service area. And in doing so, they would earn a weekly paycheck. And if they reach the suggested number of hours, they could conceivably earn $10,000 to help go towards pay for whatever their college expenses might be, their basic needs, contribute to the home, whatever it is. And we're finding great success with that program. Students are coming to us wanting to work, wanting to give back to their communities. So if you know of nonprofits in the area that could use some help, send them our way. We have a lot of students that are ready to give the community. We're also growing and offering more local career training. We just recently invested more in our programs in our EdTC Center, our Corporate Education Training Center, and also in our campuses to provide more instruction and more opportunities in career training. And this video kind of highlights that for us.
In 2018, you made a smart investment in the future of the San Bernardino Community College District to upgrade classrooms, labs, and career training facilities with Measure CC. Here's a quick look at the return on that investment. Over the last 5 years, we didn't just start building new facilities. We started raising the bar for local education with spaces that will strengthen our community, like the future workforce training building at San Bernardino Valley College and the Public Safety Training Center at Crafton Hills College. And we're just getting started. It's about building a cleaner, greener future with solar power lighting our classrooms, energy efficient buildings, and electric vehicle stations helping us all breathe easier. This isn't just about new buildings, it's about lifting our whole community. More than 20,000 local students, veterans, and neighbors are getting hands-on training and the skills they need for good-paying careers. And that's good for all of us. We're creating local job opportunities for our neighbors. More than half the people building these projects are from right here in our community. $8 million in wages has stayed local, and $163 million is supporting the local businesses that keep us strong. Great colleges make great communities, and thanks to Measure CC, we've made smart investments in the infrastructure and quality of education at Crafton Hills College and San Bernardino Valley College. Along the way, we've saved taxpayers over $64 million and laid the foundation for something we can all take pride in. But this is just the beginning. At the San Bernardino Community College District, your tax dollars are working for a stronger future.
We really want to thank the folks that voted for Measure M and Measure CC that helped us bring $500 million of construction projects into our district. What a commitment. What a commitment that the community made for our students, for your students. We couldn't be more excited about that. And our Board of Trustees were very, very committed to ensuring that as much as possible that the local dollars for construction and whatnot stayed here in the Inland Empire, stayed within our communities. And so with that, it has contributed $14.7 million in paid wages to local construction workers. And we're really proud of that. And I'm really thrilled that our Board of Trustees had that vision and held us accountable to that. So we want to thank the taxpayers for that. Also, one of the things that we're also very proud of is our KBCR, and again, Emmy Award-winning KBCR. Recently, with the budget cuts to the federal government, we are losing some funding, but we are not losing the quality of our programming. We've had a lot of folks ask us about that. We will continue to be on the air. We will continue to have KBCR. And we're also very, very proud of again, the 4 million people that we reach out to across California and beyond. And I don't know how many of you have actually had an opportunity to visit KVCR in our studios there, but I would like to personally invite you to come take a tour of what we have there. I think you would be impressed with the state-of-the-art equipment that we have there and the level of productions that our professional crews and our students are able to output. And we'd also like to invite you to be on the air with us, either radio or television, to tell the story of Rialto, to tell what you're passionate about here in Rialto. I think our listeners would love to hear that. So with that, I think I am probably about out of time, but I want to thank you for all of the support, and really, more importantly, thank you for your leadership. You know, what you do on the dais and what you do in the communities is not easy. It's not easy. I have family members that are also elected officials and city councils, and I see the preparation, I see the work, I see the commitment. So thank you. Thank you for that. We appreciate it, and happy to answer any questions.
I don't know, are there any questions by any members of the, if not, I'd like to make a comment. First of all, Chancellor Diane Rodriguez, thank you very much for giving us an update in reference to San Bernardino Community College District. Community colleges play an important part in our communities. I know for a fact, I'm a former Board of Trustee member for San Bernardino Community College District. In fact, I was only one of 5 that was elected Hispanics when I first got elected.
I read
I
that.
shouldn't reveal that, that's revealing my age, but but when I first got elected to San Bernardino Community College, and I'm also a graduate of a community college. My wife is also a graduate from San Bernardino Valley College. My son, County Supervisor Joe Baca Jr., is a graduate from San Bernardino Community College. My other son, Jeremy Baca, is a graduate from San Bernardino Community College. And my daughter, Natalie, who is currently there right now, will be graduating from San Bernardino Community College. So it plays a vital part in our community. And not only do I thank Carlos for being here, but also you mentioned Joseph, but a good friend too, as well as Frank Reyes,
Yes.
who was very instrumental in trying to do as much as possible to expand San Bernardino Community College. And I do truly believe that it's a partnership that we've got to develop. And hopefully we can develop that kind of a partnership. And I've been talking about this for years now, about having an extended satellite campus here in Rialto. Maybe we can develop some form of a partnership and have a community college here. Because now, not only do they get the education that they can take lower division courses here, but you're also offering a BA that I didn't hear mentioned out here as well.
Yes.
In the video. So now the students that are going to Valley College can actually get a BA degree, right?
It's a BA in water management, water resource management. And at Crafton Hills, they're also offering a bachelor's degree in the allied health field. So we're very proud of those programs.
Thank you very much, and we'll look about taking you up on that offer about going to KVCR, and
Please.
some of us here from the council, as long as there's only 2 of us and no more than the 2 of us, otherwise we violate the Brown Act
We can have
at a time.
We can have multiple sessions.
Well, thank you very much, Chancellor.
Thank you all. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll move on to oral communications. Are there anyone interested in speaking?
Yes, we have Star Thomas.
Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's day is going good. There was just one concern. Oh, sorry about that. Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone's day is going good. I just wanted to address one thing, and that is obesity. So, fast food contains PFA chemicals, silicone dioxide, MSG, hydrogenated soybean oils, etc. These chemicals have been linked to fertility issues, behavior disorders, and obesity. As we know, this is detrimental to children and adults. Although combating these issues may be challenging, it is still very much so feasible. Many people buy fast food for, of course, convenience, to afford it, and accessibility, and of course taste, because we like it. I know that we have a program in Rialto called Healthy Rialto. Now, when viewing this program, I had a few concerns. One of the concerns is the hot food vendors that are there. So I'll name off a few. One of them is M&Y Burritos, which sells, burritos, other foods, tacos. Another one was Grizzy Grub, smash burgers, and loaded fries. Another was Rob's Pizza. Another was La Tia Jenny, who sells sopes and other dishes. And then there was another place called Mi Dulce Fur, which sells crepes and churros. The whole point of Healthy Rialto is to promote community wellness and wholeness. One second. I would like for us to be more mindful of what Healthy Rialto is all about. If the primary goal is to educate the community and encourage healthy habits, warranting these things would be moving backwards in a sense. Just a few statistics. In 2022, 71.2% of adults in San Bernardino County were considered overweight or obese. More than 2 in 3 adults are overweight and obese between 2014 and 2023. These studies were done by the University of California, Los Angeles, the Health Policy and Research Department. That was pretty much my main concern. Another thing was the non-certified vendors at the farmers market. This is a concern for me because a statistic shown in 2010, between 2010 and 2011, there were farmers markets being investigated and served penalties in San Bernardino County to those cheating by selling mislabeled produce at local markets. I know that organic foods is very expensive for some families, and they're able to get it for a cheaper price at these farmers markets, but you just want to ensure that they're purchasing, exactly what they were looking for. So pretty much my whole thing is I just want to encourage or find more solutions to encourage healthy lifestyles out here and start to combat the obesity rate. I am a nonprofit founder for the County of San Bernardino. It's called Community Champions, and I grew up in Rialto, and I really would like to work deeply in Rialto and San Bernardino. So I hope to eventually become part of the council so I can help combat these things. And that's all I have to say for today. All right. Thank you.
No.
Seeing that there's no others that have submitted forms to give oral communications, so at this time then we'll move on to the consent calendar. Is there any individuals that would like to, either from the audience or from the council, that would like to pull any items that are on consent? Seeing none, do I hear a motion to accept the consent calendar?
So moved.
A motion's been made by Mayor Pro Tem Ed Scott, seconded by Carla Perez, Council Member Carla Perez. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposition? Seeing none, motion carries. Now we'll move into the tab items. We'll move into tab item number 1.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, and members of the council. This evening, I am here to request that the City Council open the public hearing for the placement of liens for delinquent refuse collection accounts for the first quarter of 2025. On July 22nd, 2025, the City Council approved the request to set the public hearing for this evening, August 26, 2025, to review and consider placement of liens related to 72 residential and 14 commercial properties. Notices were mailed to the owners of the properties on August the 7th, 2025. This mailing failed to meet the 21-day noticing requirement. Therefore, at this time, I would request that the city council open the public hearing, take public testimony from anyone present this evening, and continue the public hearing till the next meeting of September 9th, 2025. This concludes my presentation. I'm available for any questions.
Are there any questions from any individuals in reference to a public hearing that will be held on September the 9th? Hearing none? Do I hear a motion to close the public hearing? Motion's been made by Carla Perez, seconded by Andy Caraceres, council member. Now, any discussion amongst the members of the council in reference to the public hearing?
Mayor, before I just want to quick, are we continuing the public hearing open? Correct. Mayor, so the motion should be to continue the public hearing open until that date, yes.
September the 9th.
So let's make sure,
Continue the public hearing until September.
well, let's get your mic on to get that.
No,
cut it.
sorry. that is-
Okay.
Okay, so motion to continue the public hearing until September 9th.
And it was seconded by Andy Caraceres.
Yes, so that's a correction to your motion, to continue the public hearing and not to close it.
Right.
Thank you.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We'll move on to tab 2.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and council members. Tab 2 tonight is in regard to an annexation into Community Facilities District number 2016-1. On November 22nd of 2016, the City Council adopted Resolution number 7031, forming Community Facilities District 2016-1. The CFD was formed with the intention of having new residential developments annex into it in order to fund increased need for police, fire, and other public services. The current tax rate for CFD 2016-1 is $357.48 annually per single-family residential lot, with planned increases at the start of each fiscal year. So far, 9 residential developments have annexed into the CFD. On July 22nd of this year, the City Council adopted Resolution number 8372, declaring an intention to annex a new residential project into the CFD that's known as the Althea Avenue Project. The Althea Avenue Project that is proposed to be annexed is located at the terminus of Althea Avenue, approximately 620 feet south of Merrill Avenue, and it will consist of the development of 20 new single-family residential dwellings. The resolutions that are before the City Council tonight will complete the annexation of the Althea Avenue project into CFD 2016-1. In conjunction with the adoption of the attached resolutions, the annexation into the CFD also requires a special election voted on by the current property owners. In this case, there's only one property owner, and that is the developer of the Althea Avenue project. So staff recommends that the City Council conduct a public hearing for the CFD annexation, then adopt Resolution number 8396, authorizing the annexation of the Althea Avenue project into CFD number 2016-1, then adopt Resolution number 8397, calling for the special election, then conduct the special election, and finally adopt Resolution number 8398, certifying the special election results. And that concludes my presentation. If there are any questions?
Are there any questions from members of the audience in reference to this? Hearing none, is there a motion to conduct a public hearing, take public comments? None? No letters have been submitted?
No.
Okay. Do I have a motion to,
Motion to close the public hearing?
motion's been made to close the public hearing
Second.
by Mayor Pro Tem Ed Scott, seconded by Councilmember Edward Montoya. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Move on to tab 3.
You have to take the action.
Mr. Mayor, I would move approval to adopt Resolution 8396, Resolution 8397, and Resolution 8398.
Motion's
You
been,
want to read the
Yes,
votes?
yes, please. Community Facilities District 2016-1, annexation number 8. Proposition A, yes. Proposition B, yes. Okay.
You want the resolutions read?
Yes, please.
I'm assuming the first one is 8396.
Yes.
That's a resolution of the City Council of the City of Rialto, California, authorizing the annexation of territory to Community Facilities District Number 2016-1, Public Services Annexation Number 8, and authorizing the levy of special tax and submitting the levy of tax to the qualified bidders. I would move approval of that resolution.
do I hear a second? Motion's been made by Councilmember Ed Scott. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Edward Montoya. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposition? Hearing none, motion carries.
The next resolution is 8397, which is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Rialto calling a special election to levy a special tax within a territory proposed to be annexed to the City of Rialto Community Facilities District 2016-1, Public Services Annexation Number 8, and establishing the appropriate limit. I would move approval of that item.
Is there any other letters? that
You
are coming up?
need a second.
I know, but I was-
No, there are no letters.
Okay. And there's seconded by Edward Montoya. Motion was made by Councilmember Mayor Pro Tem Ed Scott. All those, any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Resolution 8398 is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Rialto declaring results of the special election, determining that certain territory is added to the part of the City of Rialto Community Facilities District Number 2016-1, Public Services Annexation Number 8, and directing recording of the notice of annexation. Move approval of 8398.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Seconded by Edward Montoya. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposition? Hearing none, motion carries.
Thank you.
Is that all of them? Okay, next we'll move on to tab 3.
Honorable Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and City Council, good evening. My name is Jay Garcia, Chief Building Official for the City of Rialto. Every 3 years, the Health and Safety Code requires local governments to adopt the most recent edition of the California Building Standards. For this code cycle, staff would like to make the following recommendations. The first recommendation is the adoption of the 2025 California Building Standards with amendments and the 2024 International Property Maintenance Code, which takes effect January 1, 2026. The purpose of this recommendation will be to ensure Rialto has adopted the most current building standards and is safeguarded from local climatic, geological, and topographical conditions. The second recommendation is amending Chapter 15.08 of Title 15, which reorganizes the chapter and includes the new Part 7 of the California Building Standards. The purpose of this recommendation is to ensure the chapter follows the same sequence as the California Building Standards, Parts 1 through 12, and accommodates the new Part 7. Staff recommends City Council conduct a public hearing and adopt ordinance number 1702. I thank you for your time. This concludes my presentation, and I'm available to answer any questions.
Questions by any member of the audience? Hearing none, is there a motion to conduct a public hearing and introduce attached ordinance amendment? Chapter what, 15.08? Do I hear a motion?
Move to close the public hearing?
Motion's been made to close the public hearing.
Second.
Seconded by Carla Perez. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 No, do you want to make a motion?
Move approval of the first reading of ordinance number 1702. Do you want that read, Madam City
Yeah,
Clerk?
yes, I need the ordinance read. I need a roll call.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Rialto, California, amending Chapter 15.08 of the Rialto Municipal Code to adopt by reference the 2025 edition of the California Building Codes of the State of California Code of Regulations to include 2025 California Administrative Code, 2025 California Building Code, 2025 California Residential Code, 2025 California Electrical Code, 2025 California Mechanical Code, 2025 California Plumbing Code, 2025 California Energy Code, 2025 Wildland Urban Interface Code, 2025 California Historical Building Code, 2025 California Existing Building Code, 2025 California Green Building Code Standards Code, 2025 California Referenced Standards Code, and 2024 International Property Maintenance Code with appendices and amendments, reading by title only and waived full reading thereof.
Second.
Okay, do I hear a second? Seconded by Councilmember Carla Perez.
Roll call.
Okay, any
Mayor-
discussion? Yes.
I'm calling roll now.
No, no, I'm just asking if there was any discussion. If not, we'll call for roll call.
Okay, thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Scott,
Aye.
Councilmembers Perez,
Aye.
Councilmember Carricellos,
Aye.
Councilmember Montoya,
Aye.
Mayor Baca.
Aye.
Thank you.
We'll move on to tab 4.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, Mayor Pro Temp, and City Council members. Before you tonight for your consideration of adoption are a few resolutions. Resolution 8399, approving the Memorandum of Understanding for the Rialto Fire Management Association. Resolution 8400, approving the related benefits profiles for the executive management, unrepresented management, and the City Council. And Resolution 8401, updating the citywide classification and compensation plan to amend the salaries for those classifications within the RFMA group, the executive, unrepresented, and unrepresented management groups. The RFMA MOU is a 2-year term from July 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2027, and provides for a cost of a living adjustment retroactive to July 1, 2025 of 3%. Another 3% COLA increase will occur on July 1, 2026. These cost of living adjustments will be provided to those employees in the unrepresented groups as well. Historically, COLA increases for the executive and unrepresented management groups are done through City Council resolution and are similar to that of other employee association agreements. The RFMA MOU and the benefit profile for the unrepresented management have an increase to the medical cash allowance to keep pace with the increasing costs of the medical premiums. An increase of $150 per month will go into effect December 1 of this year, and a second increase of $100 per month will occur on December 1, 2026. Other additional monetary items include increases to the 401A contributions. RFMA will have an increase of $153 per month, unrepresented management an increase of $125 per month, and the executive and city council will have an increase of $210 per month. The fully burdened cost of the RFMA agreement and the benefit profiles is $548,108. Adequate funding for the RFMA agreement and the benefits profiles are included in the adopted fiscal year 2025-26 budget, and no additional appropriation is needed. This concludes my presentation, and I'm available for any questions you may have.
Are there any members from the audience that submitted a
No.
hearing? None? And at this point, we'll open it up for discussion. Edward?
This exclude the city clerk and the city treasurer?
That is done by a separate ordinance.
Done by a separate-
Yes, and city council as well.
Okay.
Thank you. Are there any discussions or a motion by the members of the council?
Mr.
Mayor
Mayor,
Pro Tem.
move approval of Resolution 8399, 8400, and 8401.
Second.
Seconded by, motion been made by Mayor Pro Tem Ed Scott, seconded by Carla Perez, council member. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Roll
signify-
call.
Roll call?
Mayor Pro Tem Scott,
Aye.
Councilmember Perez,
Aye.
Councilmember Montoya,
Aye.
Councilmember Carricellis,
Aye.
Mayor Baca.
Aye. Move on, motion carries. At this time, we'll move on to tab 5.
Thank you, Mayor. Oh, great. Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and Council. Before you this evening is an update on the status of urgency ordinance number 1690. On January 28, 2025, the City Council adopted urgency ordinance 1697, which established a moratorium on indoor storage facilities. This was the initial step in the moratorium process, and this was for approximately 45 days. On February 25th, 2025, the City Council adopted urgency ordinance number 1698, which extended the original urgency ordinance for a period of 6 months. That ordinance is set to expire today, August 26, 2025, and will have no further legal effect. During the process of the moratorium discussion with council, planning staff was directed to analyze zoning throughout the city for the purposes of identifying areas of industrial and residential interface. Staff was also directed to provide alternative zoning recommendations where this would be appropriate. Throughout this process, staff identified 6 areas throughout the city where this industrial residential interface occurred. The first area is in the Aguamanza zone, so south of Interstate 10. You can see on the map the light yellowish tan colors represent residential, and the red, I'll call it a squiggly line for lack of better terms, shows the interface area where it would be adjacent or near the industrial zoning designations, which would be represented by the bluish purple color. The next area where this was identified was in the El Ravino area, which is also south of Interstate 10. And again, the map represents areas using the yellow and tan colors where you'd see some residential. The red line represents areas where there is some interface or potential interface, and the blue areas represent the more industrial type uses. Next, we have north of Interstate 10, the Gateway area. This would be just adjacent Interstate 10, Valley Boulevard, Lilac, that area. And again, you see some of the red line on there, which indicates there's some interface with the residential and the zoning or the uses that would be considered subject to the moratorium. Moving further north through town, we have the central area of Rialto. This is typically found where our M1 and M2 zones are. This would be the area west of City Hall, Rialto Avenue, some of those areas, and you can see the blue area that's sort of the big rectangle in the middle showing the M1 and M2 zones, and then the red squiggly lines around it showing where there's residential interface. The next area moving further north is north of Interstate 210 in the areas that are not included in the Renaissance specific plan. And again, you see some of the area of Las Colinas and some of the other residential areas there on the north end. The yellow, evidently residential areas with the red squiggly line showing the interface with some of the adjacent residential or the adjacent industrial uses. And finally, the Renaissance area, which again, Interstate 210, you have some of the residential uses to the north, the west, and some to the south, and then you have the larger area of the industrial development there in the center. These are the areas that were identified by staff and the areas that we continue to do work on for those interface areas. So the next steps that staff has is, first of all, September 9th, we'll be bringing forth for a public hearing a code amendment to be in compliance with Assembly Bill 98. This will be before City Council again at our next meeting. And following that, staff will have a presentation of potential zoning recommendations for discussion at the Economic Development Committee, which would be on September 25th of this year. Included at that presentation will be the maps that you've seen along with potential recommendations for zoning changes that could be considered. This is a receive and file report. However, staff is available to answer any questions and take direction from council. This concludes my report.
Are there any questions from members of the council? Mayor Pro Tem Scott.
I'd like to know if there's any public comment first.
Yes, it is two. I have two. I have Tatiana Reyes and Claudia. Are they both here? Yes. Oh.
Good evening, everyone. My first time here, so I'm a little nervous. I'm here to request an extension for the moratorium because we having a lot of warehouse here in Rialto, and the only job that we're creating is for the security. And I seen this in the warehouse by Foothill, here in Lilac and Rialto, and the ones by the Walmart here. So that's the only job that we're creating on this warehouse. And another thing is that I see this warehouse like getting built within 6 months. And there was a recreation park, I think it was called Dr. June Hayes, and they were at Robertson Habitat and Nature Center. And this was approved. I saw social media and everything, and the community don't know anything about it, if it's already approved, or you guys moving any rock or starting the park or whatever. Another thing is I started a small businesses. I got harassed by the code enforcement many times, and I only last less than 3 months, which is not good for Rialto, not supporting small businesses. And I asked around other businesses, and this is not the first thing or the first time it happened. So I'm not the first person that this happened. So I would like someone to take a look into this, because how come we supporting corporations and building big warehouse where they're not creating job, but when you trying to create a job for yourself, the city put you down. So other than that, a splash park for the city, it would be really nice for the kids, not only the pool, probably look into that. And check on the district, the school unified district, because I see some schools getting improved, others are not. And I think there is a lot of things going on in there, and no one is paying attention. So that's it.
Thank you.
Just for the record, that was Claudia, right?
Tatiana.
No, what was your name?
Tatiana.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Claudia? Yes, okay.
Hola, muy buenas tardes. Es un placer otra vez volverlos a ver.
It's a pleasure to see you all again.
Nada más estamos presentes aquí por nuestra comunidad
We're here on behalf of our community
para pedirles por favor que sigan deteniendo la mandatoria de las bodegas.
to ask, please continue the moratorium on warehouses.
Se suponía que nos iban a informar a la comunidad, íbamos a tener talleres.
So they thought that the community was going to be informed about warehouses.
Queremos estar informados qué es lo que viene a nuestra ciudad.
They want to know what's coming up in their city.
Si estamos presentes es porque nos importa la ciudad.
If we are present, it's because we care about our city.
Nos importa la salud de las familias.
We care about the health of our families.
Nos importan nuestras escuelas de nuestros hijos.
We care about the schools of our children.
Nos importa sus trabajos, que ustedes también son pequeños emprendedores en la ciudad de Rialto.
We care about the jobs that they later create.
Entonces, no sé si sepan que nuestra ciudad vecina, San Bernardino,
So our neighboring city, San Bernardino,
volvió a ganar con año consecutivo la ciudad más contaminada.
consecutively got the award for most contaminated city.
Entonces, no estamos en contra de traer trabajos a la ciudad.
So we're not against job creation.
Queremos trabajos de calidad.
We just want quality jobs.
Se los vuelvo a repetir, no quiero que ni mi hijo, ninguno de sus hijos trabaje en una bodega.
I will repeat, I don't want any of my children nor any of your children working in a warehouse.
Pienso que todos ustedes haciendo un buen planeamiento y con las comunidades estando informadas,
I appreciate the planning that you have done for our community thus far.
necesitamos hospitales,
We need hospitals,
centros recreativos,
creative centers,
lugares para nuestras personas adultas,
adults for recreation,
lugares para nuestros jóvenes,
areas for young people
que apoyen a los pequeños empresas y negocios.
that help support small businesses.
Tenemos mucho trabajo en la ciudad,
We have a lot of work in the city,
pero no queremos que las grandes organizaciones vengan y se lleven nuestro dinero.
but we don't want larger organizations to steal our money.
Que nuestra ciudad tenga que pagar los platos rotos cuando nuestras calles están dañadas.
We don't want the city to pay the burden when the streets are not fixed.
Cuando nos aumentan los impuestos porque no tenemos agua suficiente o potable.
To not raise the taxes when we don't have the sufficient power or water.
Entonces necesitamos, por favor, que tomen en cuenta que nuestra comunidad, en la mayoría somos latinos
We want you to take into account that the majority of the community is
y
Latino
que se necesitan darnos la información en nuestro idioma, en español.
and that we need the information distributed in Spanish.
Que los jóvenes que viven en los hogares son los que hablan inglés,
That the young ones at home are the ones that speak English,
pero las personas que pagan los biles, la renta y los taxis de las casas son los padres latinos.
but the people who pay the bills, the rent, and the taxes are the adults who speak Spanish.
Y es nuestra gente trabajadora.
They are our labor force.
Entonces yo pienso que necesitamos darle a nuestra comunidad una mejor calidad de vida
So we should give our community a better quality of life
y no irnos tan lejos en el proyecto de la Pepper.
and not go too far on the project on
Eso me
Pepper.
afecta demasiado a mí porque estamos muy cerca de nuestro vecindario.
This affects me because it's close to my home.
Entonces, se suponía que iba a ser un proyecto hermoso con casas, apartamentos, restaurantes, tiendas.
It was supposed to be a beautiful project with homes, residential, and restaurants.
Iba a venir economía a la ciudad.
There was going to be more economic power in the city.
Rialtos iban a sentir más su poder de economía en Rialto.
Rialto was going to come into its economic power.
Ahora lo que tenemos va a ser una bodega.
Now what we have is a warehouse.
Entonces, solamente nunca venimos a pelear con ustedes ni a querer quedar mal con ustedes.
So we don't come to fight or to be in bad blood with you.
Queremos que entiendan un poquito de lo que escuchamos nosotros con nuestra comunidad allá afuera
We just want you to understand what we're saying
y que se dirigen hacia nosotros.
and that you dedicate yourselves to the
Y es
public.
por eso que estamos nosotros presentes aquí,
And that's why we're present today,
siendo su voz.
using our voice.
Muchas gracias por su tiempo y ojalá espero que piensen un poquito, que todos vivimos aquí. Esta es nuestra ciudad.
Thank you, and I hope you all take this as food for thought.
Gracias.
Thank you. Are there any other questions or anybody else that wishes to speak? Council Mayor Pro Tem Scott?
Thank you. I have a couple of questions for you, Ms. Taylor. But I want to start out by saying how disappointed I am that nothing's been done with this moratorium. Because we specifically asked staff, and unfortunately you weren't here when this came about, but we asked your predecessor and staff to move forward with looking at zoning where there might be mix match stuff and stuff that wasn't appropriate that creates a problem for us up here when we approve projects. It really didn't have anything to do with AB 98, but for some reason staff meshed it in together. So I hope that we get this resolved, but I specifically want to talk about Renaissance Parkway between Linden and Alder. This city council gave very clear direction that those properties along there which are currently zoned for warehouse is that any existing vacant properties be rezoned for retail commercial. And I think it's all of our belief up here that there's an opportunity to add some more retail commercial along Renaissance Parkway right on the freeway that would be very beneficial to the residents in our community. And I'm surprised and shocked that it's not marked here. It just tells me that sometimes staff is not listening to us. And we speak for the community. So I'd like to see that come back to us, as I would all these other areas where we have some clear zoning conflicts, whether it be residential, commercial, industrial, or vice versa. But we need to clean these up before projects come to us that just don't sit well with us because of where they're at and what they are.
Understood.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? I just have a couple of questions too along the lines that our Mayor Pro Tem said, because when I look at it, I try to look at the truck routes too as well. Have we established, you know, the truck routes that may impact some of these areas right now? I don't know if we're totally in compliance with the truck routes. According to SBCTA, we're not. So it's a question that I have. And then I have a question in reference to the possibility of the traffic congestion that would be in these areas too as well. So we don't know exactly how much traffic congestion will be there. And to my knowledge, I had just heard that AB 98 is currently being revised right now as you and I are sitting here in Sacramento. So we don't know exactly what those requirements are going to be and its impact it's going to have. And what I know that what you're asking for is just that the moratorium expires today. And we have a choice. We can either continue it or take no action, and it's dead. Is that correct?
Mayor, you actually do not have the ability to continue the moratorium at this point. It expires as of its own terms today, and staff has not noticed it for for an extension. We have to give a quite long extension and do a report. That has not been done.
But how do we get the answers to the question that the Mayor Pro Tem asked and coming back to us and not having the information here?
So the information that Mayor Pro Tem and yourself, Mayor, are asking for would be presented at the Economic Development Committee meeting in September. So we'll be bringing back the recommendations, including the Linden Alder area, along with some of the other interface areas to give some options as far as what we think would be appropriate considerations to relieve some of the conflict that occurs when you have industrial and residential that close together. If you'd like us to bring back some information about truck routes and whatnot, we can bring that as well to show how it works with the areas.
Well, I think we'll need it. Plus, I think, you know, when it was mentioned, the possibility of retail and rezoning, which is the Mayor Pro Tem asked about that, which I think is very important when we look at the possibility of changing that warehouse zoning into retail and commercial, which means additional sales tax and property taxes that come back to us versus what we may or may not get. And it's like making a decision because they're included in this map.
So just to be clear, the whole entire city was not in this moratorium. There were the areas that you had marked with the red squiggles around them, correct?
So the moratorium applied to anything that would have been considered indoor storage based on the code. So it did apply citywide to those types of uses. When we,
Unless something was already in the pipeline.
yes, and we had 5 projects that were already in the pipeline, and those projects did continue to be processed through the planning department.
But all those areas currently, if there's any residential near them, are under AB 98.
If there were any that were filed after
After,
September 30th
right.
of 2024, then yes, they are subject to AB 98.
So an AB 98 is stringent as the moratorium was. I mean, you have to follow AB 98 on any of those projects.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that. And just a comment, we did do a very lengthy transportation study on truck routes and had a number of presentations in the council, but I think we probably should go back through it for the mayor's benefit in EDC, just to take a look at it. But you know, I just think it's unfortunate that we let this thing expire without doing what we should have done. And I don't know how that happened, but it's not good.
So maybe we should ask our city attorney, what can be done?
Well, tonight you can receive and file this. You've given direction on the particular types of things you want to see back from Christina Taylor and her staff in terms of zone changes. You're going to have an amendment to a new ordinance come up that makes us compliant with SB 98 in September.
So what was the date that these items are coming to the EDC?
September 25th.
Okay, and they are coming September 25th.
Yes, sir, they are.
And then they will be acted upon by the city council after that.
After that, so.
And let there be no misunderstanding. This council is very clear what we want to have done with Renaissance Parkway. And I don't know who decided not to follow direction, but not a good thing.
But then, you know, it also states here, staff has also prepared a code amendment to compliance with the state required adoption of AB 98. And that will be coming back to us on September the 9th?
Yes, that has been, the public hearing has been set for that, and it will be back on September 9th.
And then whatever the state does to modify that, we would have to adjust our ordinance?
Yes, we are.
Or be more stringent than the state ordinance?
Correct. We're currently monitoring what's happening with that as well.
Any further discussion?
Motion to receive and file?
The motion's been made to receive and file. Roll call?
Mayor Pro Tem Scott,
Aye.
Councilmember Perez,
Aye.
Councilmember Carasadas, Councilmember Montoya,
Aye.
Mayor Baca.
Abstain.
You what?
Abstain,
You abstaining
since we didn't have the,
for to receive and file?
Motion carries. Move on to item number 6.
Yes, good evening, Mayor, Council. Tab 6 this evening is a continuation of the item from the previous August 12th, 2025 City Council meeting. This item requests that the City Council appoint members to the Planning Commission, Parks, Recreation, and Community Services Commission, Rialto Utilities Commission, and the Neighborhood Beautification and Historical Preservation Commission. Back in February of 2025, the Rialto City Council adopted ordinance number 1699 to reorganize the commissions from the previous 9 to 4. Following that, the city accepted commission applications in March of this year, and there was a subcommittee of the council consisting of the mayor and mayor pro tem who did interview a number of candidates specifically for the planning commission. So this evening we turn it over to you, mayor and council, to have a discussion on the appointment for the commissions.
Okay, before we have discussion on it, I just wanted to just make a statement. Is there any member on the diocese here that feels that there may be a conflict because there may be a relative or others on any of the individuals that have been submitted on here? And if so, you know, when it comes to that person, they have to rescind themselves if that name comes up. if there is anyone. And then the other question, is there any individual here on the diocese that may think they violated the Brown Act by receiving any names of individuals on the diocese or talk to anyone? I'm just asking the question to make sure that we're...
I'd like the city attorney to address that.
If we're referring to the item that came up the last time this was at the council, there had been a discussion about Councilmember Montoya sending an email to Mayor Pro Tem Scott that had a list of potential candidates or recommended candidates. My understanding is that that list was not read, that they did not have any discussion. I've looked at it further. There does not appear to be any conflict of there doesn't appear to be a violation of the Brown Act. And you'll remember at the end of our last meeting, we scrapped the previous process and went to a process where all 5 of the council members were going to come today with their recommended list to be able to discuss that. If there was a violation, I don't think there was, that would cure it because you're starting a brand new process. So I think you can start clean today.
Okay. Thank you. Ed?
And I would also like to point out that the mayor passed out a list of his proposed candidates at the last council meeting.
That is correct.
Which I did not receive.
I gave them to everybody.
I was not in here. I was out of the room.
Oh, okay. Well, I gave a sheet.
But it's here now, so that's great.
Yes, and that was the duties and responsibilities that the Mayor Pro Tem and I had, was to originally come up with a recommendation and let the council then know our recommendations, and then they in turn would either accept, reject, or submit additional names. And that was the process that we were supposed to have followed, but we didn't get the names from the Mayor Pro Tem, but you got mine at the last meeting too as well. So at this point, we can begin the process. There's 2 ways that we can do this. We'll start with the Planning Commission, because there's a lot of individuals that applied for the Planning Commission, and there are those individuals that may not be selected for the Planning Commission that can be included in one of the other 3 committees left over as well. So if you look at my list that I submitted to each one of you, if there's an agreement on any of those, that would help the process in expediting it, to say if we agree on 3 names, 2 names, 1 name, 4 names, 5 names. And if we do, then we can then just look to fill the additional slots if we don't agree on it. And that's open for discussion right now.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
In looking at your list and in looking at my list, you and I agree on 4 individuals.
Okay, why don't we go with the 4?
So I would make a motion for Planning Commission that we approve Jerry Gutierrez, Mike Story, Ray Corral, and Terry Thompson.
I have the same. Same 4.
So
I have the same 4.
Okay, so that's unanimous. So then I can say that we don't have to take a vote at this time, or do we have to take a vote on those 4?
I would make a motion that we approve those 4 individuals.
Okay, a motion's been made by Ed Scott, seconded by me, in reference to the 4 individuals that have been submitted.
Who seconded?
I did.
Okay.
Motion by Mayor Pro Tem Ed Scott in reference to the 4 individuals, and motion by Ed Scott, seconded by me. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? So we have 4 members that, now we'll open it up for discussion on any other candidates that you want on there.
I'd like to add Terry Schneider to the list of planning commissioners. She's been a beautification commissioner for many years, and I'd like to nominate Terry Schneider.
Second.
Okay, that's 1 nomination. I'd like to nominate John Puchert. John Puchert and Anna Gonzalez and Eric Delgado. Those are the names that I have.
So how do you want to, do you want to vote on each one of these individually? How do you want to do this?
We'll vote on each one individually, you know.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor for Terry Schneider.
Who made that motion? Okay.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Seconded
By who? Matoya, okay.
well, I'd like to make the process a little bit easier than going this way.
Well,
Is there any objections to the Pearsons that I mentioned? If there is objection.
There are
then we can move
I
to-
object.
Okay, there's a motion,
Can I get a roll call for Terry Schneider?
okay, roll call then, it's been called.
Councilmember Carricellis.
Aye.
Councilmember Montoya.
Aye.
Councilmember Perez.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Scott.
Aye.
Councilmember Baca.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, he's added, so that's 5 that we have now. Now, I'd like to make a motion that we appoint John Pukert. Do I hear a second? And I'd like to state the reasons why. He served on the commission, the same thing that Councilmember Andy Caracetta said. He has the experience. He's been on the Planning Commission. He has, of course, his degrees, an A degree and a master's degree. He's been an administrator. He's been an excellent individual. He's been in attendance at almost every one of the meetings that have been there for the Planning Commission. And I think to have someone with that kind of an experience and background would be a continued asset to the Planning Commission when I compare him to many of the other individuals. Do I hear a second? Hearing none, motion dies.
Mr. Mayor, I'd make a motion to appoint Dell Estervander to the Planning Commission.
Second.
Any discussion?
Basically the same as you just repeated. Mr. Estervander's been on the Planning Commission for many years. I believe we need at least 2 individuals that have former experience on that.
Well, that's why we should vote for
He
the
has served the city very well and done a great job. Roll call.
Who seconded that? Okay. Mayor Pro Tem Scott.
Aye.
Councilmember Andy Carricellis.
Aye.
Councilmember Montoya.
Aye.
Councilmember Perez.
Aye.
Mayor Baca.
I'll go with the unanimous group. I'll go aye with it. Next, I'd like to make a motion to appoint Ana Gonzalez. Again, you know, she's been quite active in the city of Rialto. She has her degree. She's been an excellent outspoken person. I think she'd be a great asset to the Planning Commission. Do I hear a second? Hearing none? Dies.
Motion to appoint Virginia Palafax.
Anyone can nominate anybody else.
Second.
And that was Patricia?
Virginia Palafax. Roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem Scott.
Aye.
Councilmember Perez.
Aye.
Councilmember Carricellis.
Aye.
Councilmember Montoya.
Aye.
Mayor Baca.
For the sake of the team, I'll vote aye.
Good man.
Okay, then we have all 7 that are now on the council, on the Planning Commission. We'll move on to, you want to take them in order? The utility, is that the one you listed next, utilities or Parks
I
Recreation?
think I have, in the staff report, it lists parks next, but you can either take up parks or utilities, whichever is the preference of the council.
Let's do parks.
Okay,
Again, Mr. Mayor, you and I were in agreement on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individuals.
can you name the
That's
5?
Jose Aparicio, Joe Britt, Janice Morrison, Mauricio Serrano, and Oscar Hinojosa.
Okay.
I'll
I
second
missed-
those.
Okay.
I think you had him. Yeah, you had him.
What four
One,
was that?
two, you said 4 or 5?
No,
5. Jose Aparicio, Joe Britt, Janice Morrison,
What, Janice Morrison? Okay, that's the one I missed. Okay.
Mauricio Serrano, and Oscar Hinojosa.
Okay, motion's been made and
pronounce that
seconded. All those in favor by signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none. Then we've got 2 slots to fill. I'd like to make a motion, we appoint Albert Calderon. Do I hear a second?
So I don't know about anybody else. I didn't get any information on this guy. I didn't get an application. I didn't get anything on him. I know nothing about him.
Application's in there. Wow.
I don't believe he was in there.
He's the only one that I didn't get.
I'll second Albert Calderon.
Okay, so second's been made. All right, all those in favor, well, let's take, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, Albertson.
I'd make a motion to appoint Natalie Sandoval.
Second.
Okay, a motion's been made to appoint Natalie Sandoval. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have our 7 there, right?
Yep.
Okay, we'll move on to the utilities. Ed, which ones do you have that I have?
Let's see, we have,
All 7?
no, I don't think so. I wish.
You know, I wish.
You and I both have Carla Towns.
Who, Carla? Okay,
Carla Towns, James Shields,
okay. Or Linda Patterson?
Kevin Colby,
Okay.
and that's it.
Can I add Erlinda to that Utilities Commission?
I would second that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 5.
No, it's 4,
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
because Virginia was added to the Planning Commission.
I would make a motion for Rocio Martinez.
Second.
Who you said?
Who's that?
Rocio Martinez. R-O-C-I-O, Martinez.
R-O-C.
I-O.
He's listed under the Planning Commission applications, but I think he indicated that he'd be willing to serve on any other
Yes,
commission, which is why
yes,
he's.
this was an individual that volunteered to serve on any commission.
So, Mayor, was there a motion and a second and then a vote for Towns, Shills, and Colby, the first 3 that you mentioned, or are you gonna
No,
do
we,
all-
we included them
yeah,
in
we
part
haven't
of-
done that yet.
Okay, and then there was a 4th one, I missed that.
Erlinda Patterson.
Erlinda Patterson.
Okay. And she was included in that vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yes.
have 5.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We have 4.
4.
No, 5.
That's five.
We have
Rocio.
5. Rocio.
You have
Oh,
5, we haven't voted on her yet.
Carla
though.
Towns,
Yeah, you haven't
Erlinda
voted on
Patterson,
any of them
Jamie
yet.
Shields.
You just
Kevin.
named
we haven't voted, we just
Can we
voted
vote on what we have now?
the
So we
4
don't
we
get
voted
mixed up
on.
and confused?
Let's vote on the, how about we vote on the 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Motion to approve Carla Towns, Erlinda Patterson, James Shields, Kevin Kolb.
Second.
okay, motion's been made by Ed Scott, seconded by Carla Perez. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, we have those 4. Now we had the other person,
Rocio Martinez.
Rocia.
I have a, did you second it?
Yes, I second it.
So roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem
Aye.
Scott, Councilmember Andy Caracetta.
Aye.
Councilmember Carla Perez.
Aye.
Councilmember Montoya.
Aye.
Mayor Baca.
Aye. Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Anna Gonzalez to the Utilities Commission. Do I hear a second? Do I hear a second? Is everybody silent? Seeing none, motion dies. We've got one slot left. No, two slots.
Just one.
One,
Two,
just
three,
one.
4, 5.
Five.
No,
Two slots,
slots.
right?
2 slots, yeah.
Two. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Motion to appoint Barbara Rickman.
Second.
Roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem Scott.
Aye.
Councilmember Caracetta.
Aye.
Councilmember Perez.
Aye.
Councilmember Montoya.
Aye.
Mayor Baca.
Aye. Okay, one more slot.
I'd like to make a motion, Brendan Nuno Gutierrez.
Second.
Second.
Second, yeah. Okay. It seems like it's unanimous, so we can vote on it, just, okay. A motion's been made by Edward Montoya, seconded by Andy Caraceres for Brenda Gutierrez Nuno.
No.
Okay. Roll call?
Montoya. Councilmember Montoya.
Aye.
Councilmember Caracetta.
Aye.
Councilmember Perez.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Scott.
Aye.
Mayor Baca.
Aye. Motion carried. So we got our, 3 of them filled. We've got our last commission, which is Beautification and Historical Preservation Commission.
You and I have agreement on 5 people. Brenda Parker, Robert Solis, Joe Lyons, Salvador Torres, and Brenda Nuno.
She was just appointed over there, so we could wipe her out.
Okay, we can wipe her out.
I have those 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, okay.
Sal
You-
Torres, Robert Solis, Brenda Parker, Joe
You
Lyons.
okay with those 4 too, Andy?
Yep.
Okay, all those in favor of, well, here, have a motion. Need a motion here.
We have a motion.
You made the motion, right?
Yes, I did.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Mayor Pro Tem Ed Scott, seconded by Carla Perez. All those in favor of
Aye.
these 4, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We have 3 slots left. Okay, we already got Natalie Sandoval. So we
Ivan,
could,
I also have Ivan Ramirez.
Ramirez.
I have Ivan Ramirez with you.
I have Ivan Ramirez.
Okay.
I do too, so that's pretty
You
unanimous.
you didn't say that earlier. You left him out. We could
Oh.
have taken him in the original motion.
Yeah, we,
Well, you got
Can
4
we
now.
add him to the
I didn't
original?
have a check mark on his name.
Okay, all those in favor of, motion's been made by Andy Caraceres, seconded by Carla Perez.
Montoya seconded that one.
Montoya.
I was just trying to give you the second. Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got 2 more left.
Okay, motion to appoint Lisa Bartley.
Second.
Okay. Motion's been made.
Roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem Scott.
Aye.
Councilmember Perez.
Aye.
Councilmember Caracetta.
Aye.
Councilmember Montoya.
Aye.
Mayor Baca.
Aye.
Got one more slot.
Okay, one more left.
Does anybody know anybody else on this list? Or recommend, do you have anybody else?
Do you want to do Clifford Hauser?
That'd be okay.
Okay.
Who?
Motion for Clifford Hauser.
Second.
Okay, a motion's been made by Andy Caraceres for Clifford and seconded by Ed Scott. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries. So we have our 7. So we now have our planning commissions set up with 7 people in each one. Congratulations to all of those that were selected.
I just want to add, Mayor, that it is important that these are attended regularly. It's difficult for the commissions to make decisions and move forward with things if they don't have a full quorum, so just
And
a little reminder.
Mayor and council, before we end this, we do need to get a date from you for the turnover, the switchover, where the new terms will begin and the old terms expire.
I believe that the old terms expired in August for all of them.
We originally had it set that the old terms would expire on April 10th, 2025. We've missed that date, so you need to give us a new
Well,
date.
here's a question. If we say the month of September, can staff do that transition? Okay,
Yeah, we are ready.
okay.
Okay. So the first commission date in September would
Yeah.
be whatever the
And
commission date is,
I
okay.
want to add something on to what Councilmember Perez said, and that is people that don't show up, and I don't know what specifically is the rule, but on the city council, if you miss 3 meetings in a row, you're out unless you have an excuse. It should follow through with commissions also.
It's still in that ordinance that if they miss the 3, and then the council can remove.
Okay,
So
so
that's
I-
already
had-
the ordinance?
But the
Yes.
problem had been, when I did the analysis on it, I found out that some of the members didn't show up, and that was never reported back to the council, so the council never knew that they weren't present. Unless we know, then it's very difficult, because those meetings were canceled because there was no quorum. And yet, our individuals that were in charge were in attendance, and then there was 1 or 2 individuals that were there, but never had enough to have a quorum.
Well,
And I
we-
think
Right, and to piggyback off that, when we got the attendance reports, there was people that were continuously put back on year after year, and you see their attendance record is they never showed up year after year, but they were on there for 4 or 5
So-
years.
So can we get
That can-
a quarterly report?
Yes, I'll coordinate with the clerk's office to make sure that the city council receives a quarterly report on attendance for commissions.
And during the orientation, we will be diligent to make sure that the old commissions that is already on the commission and the new commission follow the guideline, and to make sure of that, so. And then add in there that you want a report of attendance for every quarterly.
Okay.
And we want the commissions to start first meeting September.
Well, whatever date that they
Whatever
normally have
date
their
they have it.
meetings.
Okay, but we want to get it ready for September.
We'll stay in, because most of them are pretty much, some of those that were reappointed know already what days they had, so their schedules are set that way already, so we'll just go along with the dates that they had for their meetings, unless they decide as a body to change
Well,
it.
I understand, we're gonna go with what's in the ordinance, but I just wanted to make sure we was clear that what we need to do with the attorney to get the orientation set up, to get the documents all filled out and sent, so we can have that ready. They can start meeting for September. Thank you.
I want to thank the members of the council for finally deciding to appoint commissions, even though my bodies were not appointed all, but,
You had a lot.
well, not all, I said not all of them, no. Yeah, but I do want to thank, the council for
Thank you.
meeting, and I want to thank Mayor Pro Tem Ed Scott for sitting on those interviews that we had during that period of time. And hopefully we
And
can move
thank you.
forward from here.
Good.
Okay, now we'll conclude with the council report. We'll start with Mayor Pro Tem Scott, do you want to report anything?
Thank you, yeah. Again, I just want to congratulate everybody that got appointed to a commission. You're the eyes and ears of the city council when it comes to the community, and we really appreciate everybody's effort and the hard work they do. And those that served on the commissions in the past, we want to thank you for your service to this city. And in case some of you guys don't know, you appointed Robert, who works for the city but is also a resident here, to a commission tonight. Congratulations, Robert. The only other thing I have is that myself, Councilmember Montoya, and the city manager attended the Urban Water Conference in San Diego this last week. I always find it to be a good conference. I encouraged my fellow council members to attend. Councilmember Montoya took us up on it. He actually went to every single presentation. I commend him for that because some of them were a little boring.
Did you go?
Did I go? To all the important ones. There was one I chose not to go to. For sure. And I think the city manager stayed out of that one too. But a lot of good things happened there. One of the good things was financing capital projects. I actually learned a lot from that and came to the realization that we're actually not doing some things correctly on capital projects. For instance, in the utilities, we should be financing projects versus taking money out of the coffers to do the projects and then getting ourselves strapped for money. So I look forward to that conversation in the water committee. The Colorado River presentation didn't mean a lot to us. We don't get any of that water. So, but overall, it was a good thing. It's a good networking thing. You get to meet a lot of people in the industry, and unfortunately, kind of interestingly enough, we're just about the only city in the Inland Empire that attends it. West Valley doesn't go, Valley doesn't go, but we had some good connections. IEUA was there, and they've actually just released the project to start with our sale of our gray water to them. So that construction will be starting fairly shortly, which is a really good project and a lot of money for us. So it's good, great project. I also had the opportunity this last week to speak to former Fire Chief Park. He's doing well. He rides a bicycle now to and from work for some reason. Maybe they didn't give him a car. But he seems to be doing good. I told him we missed him. So that's all I have.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, I'd like to call on Councilmember Andy.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to first congratulate all the commissioners and specifically the ones that are here today, Mr. Mike Story, Terry Thompson, Robert Solis, and thank you for your leadership and for stepping up and wanting to be part of this community. You've always served this community in one capacity or another, and I commend you for that, and I look forward to all the great things that you will be coming up with and all the input that we'll be getting from you. And I also want to thank all the previous commissioners that have served this city for many years, and thank them for their many years of service. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to call on Councilmember Carla Perez.
Thank you, Mayor. I would just like to take a moment to wish our police chief, Chief Kling, a happy birthday.
Oh, it's his birthday.
It's his birthday?
Oh, well, not today. Yeah, it was yesterday.
No wonder he went on vacation.
So we thank him for everything he does, and we hope he's enjoying some well-deserved time off.
Would you get him that message, Yes.
Not right now, he's off.
Tell him we're coming over tomorrow with balloons.
Okay, next, I'd like to call on Edwin Montoya.
So yeah, as Mayor Pro Tem was just saying, I did attend the the water conference in San Diego. I learned a lot. I learned a whole lot. I've been going to a couple of different water conferences with San Bernardino Valley and West Valley as well. And I've been learning a great deal. I learn where and how we get water. You know, we think that we just get it by turning on the faucet and here it comes, but there's a lot more to it. I learn the cybersecurity risks of our water, the results of all the recent fires that has the effects on our water, the contamination, and how AI is now assisting the ability, but also running the risks of harm if we don't use AI correctly, and how it all affects our water sources. Really amazing information. And I will be attending another water conference here coming up in December. I just got the email, so I will be attending that one as well. But other than that, congratulations to all the applicants that got voted in on commissions, and we hope you do great things. And that is all I got.
Okay, thank you.
You also got to meet the guy that shut off Sylvester Stallone's water and forced him to move to Florida, didn't you?
I did meet him. Yeah. I also met the CEO of Watch Duty, the app Watch Duty that watches all of our fires in the community. I got to meet him and have a personal conversation with him, and it's amazing how they come up with all of their information and how AI is used to bounce all of the fire data and 911 dispatch calls, and everything comes in, and then how it's disseminated. There's times I work real closely with a lot of fire departments in the area. There's times when I'll get a watch duty notification before my fellow firefighters right next to me. It's amazing. I'll get the notification on my app before they get the call. So it's pretty on point.
Well, thank you very much. Somebody wound you up again. So
yeah, you did. But thank you. I'm out of here.
Okay, thank you. Next, I'd like to just, first of all, thank all congratulations to the new commissioners that will be serving, and hopefully that all of you, come up with some good ideas in terms of where our city is at, where we need to be at, and where we want to be in the future too as well. We begin not just to think about where we're at and be complacent with it, but also look at how can we make this city a lot better. And I think each and every one of the committees or commissions are very important to a lot of us, and it's important for you to make the attendance and then also make suggestions too as well, because we'd like to hear your suggestions and how can we improve our city, whether it's customer service, whether it's new development that needs to be done in terms of growth and development. So I want to thank all of those that got appointed, and I'd also like to thank John Puckett for your many years of service on the Planning Commission, John, and best of luck in the future as well. And then also I'd like to, of course, along with my colleagues, I think all of us want to wish Mark Klain a happy birthday on behalf of the whole City Council present here. We'd like to wish him a happy birthday, and hopefully he's enjoying his birthday, that he's been off at this point, and I know our captains have taken over those responsibilities. Again, happy birthday to him. Then I'd also like to congratulate Christina Taylor, who has now become the official community director, so congratulations on your full-time position now as a community director. Next, I'd like to report that Tim Sullivan, the acting city manager, and I attended the West End Managers Regional Quarterly Meeting. It was quite interesting, you would say, because most of the topic was around the animal shelters and homelessness in the area and what they're doing in the West End. So we went to that meeting. I also attended the Latino Peace Officers Association Scholarship Awards. that was just held, and also attended the pipe fitters event that they had an event that was held recently. And last but not least, on Saturday, I attended the reopening of Mount Vernon Bridge. It's a historical one in reference to the city of San Bernardino, but a lot of us utilize that from the city of Rialto that goes over that bridge. And I remember I was elected for 16 years on the community college board, so I always drove from Rialto and went over the bridge and attended the board meetings that was held out there. So it was really outstanding by members of the communities throughout the, I would say throughout the Inland Empire that attended the ceremony. It's just too bad that the Sun-Telegram has not been able to cover it, and I hope they're hearing this meeting tonight and say, you know, you need to cover activities that are being done here in the city of San Bernardino, not just Riverside. All right, San Bernardino Sun. Last but not least, I'd like us also to consider, as part of the mayors, I'd like us to consider the possibility of doing a Veterans Memorial here at the cemetery. We don't have one in our city, and I think it would be good for us to begin to plan and look at how we might have a Veterans Memorial that can be done right here in the city. You have two of us veterans that are sitting here, but you've also had Mayor Pro Tem Ed Scott and Andy Caraceres and Carla in the past that have always been very supportive of our Memorial Day events that we had. But it would be nice now to have a memorial that can be done there for our veterans as well.
Good idea.
So with that, that concludes my reports.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
We forgot somebody's birthday, though, because not only was it Kling's birthday, it's Barbara McGee's birthday's the same day. So, he's older? Well,
nobody mentioned that earlier.
I know.
Barbara, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Barbara. You want us to sing to you?
Happy birthday to you. Okay, next, and then I'll start with Barbara McGee, the city clerk. Give a report on her birthday.
No report. I have no report.
Thank you. Next, I'll call on Edward Carrillo, our city treasurer. Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to call on our city manager, Tanya Williams.
No report this evening, Mayor. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to call on our city attorney, Eric Vale.
Thank you, Mayor. Also, no report this evening.
Thank you. Who's going to report in reference? Captain, are you going to report in reference to the police? Mark Lane, it's not here because he's celebrating his birthday.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor Pro Tem, Council. I have two brief updates related to the police department. First is an update on the Pride Platoon. You got a presentation from my partner, Captain Nelson, last meeting about the value of the Pride Platoon program and what it does to build our youth in the community. And just a reminder that the program is free. It's open to youths between the age of 14 and 17. It's an 11-week program, and we have a enrollment meeting scheduled for tomorrow night, 6 p.m. at the Rialto Community Center, room 505. If members of the community cannot make it to that meeting, they can email the police department at prideplatoon@rialtopd.com or simply walk into the front lobby and their questions will be answered. The program begins on September 12th, so we will be closing enrollment sometime in the near future. And on the topic of the lobby, as the chief has promised in response to the growth of the police department, thanks to the elected officials and their generous investment in public safety, the police department lobby will be open 7 days a week when we take occupancy of the new building. And thank you again for your continued support.
Just one question
Yes, sir.
that I have. I heard through the grapevines that the The police station now will be not opening up in September or October. It'll be backed up to December. Is that correct?
I'm not sure on the exact date, but the chief told me to inform the council that the next meeting in September, he will provide a comprehensive update of the scheduling of the building.
Yeah, because I believe we're all really looking forward to the new police station, and
I think it's November, but I'm not sure.
yeah, they told me it's moving back, but that's okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next, I'd like to our acting fire chief, Jensen.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Just a couple of quick updates. We had a recruitment for emergency medical technician for our ambulance operators, and we had over 400 applications. So that's excellent news. We currently have 2 paramedics in backgrounds, and then we have open recruitments for firefighter, paramedic, and internally for our engineers. And then lastly, I just want to say this last weekend, or 2 weekends ago now, I spent the morning with our Fire Department Explore program, our youth program. We currently have 17 Rialto youths in that program where they're learning about the fire department and the services that we provide. And at some time here in the future, we'll be bringing them to the City Council for a program review and just information here in the future. So thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to call on Tim Sullivan, our Assistant City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a quick update that's on something that impacted a majority of the city if you're a Spectrum customer. A lot of the residents here in the city lost access to the cable and internet provider if you use Spectrum, like I said. But I'm happy to announce that they did restore service as of about 7 p.m. tonight. So I'm going to go home and watch our reruns tonight.
Is it intermittent or is it permanent? Because their text message says intermittent.
Okay, my update that I got at 7:03 and again at 7:32 said that it was up and they're off site. So hopefully it's 100%.
Yeah, they can watch the Dodgers. The Dodgers have been winning, so I know there's a lot of Dodgers fans out there.
I was hoping everybody could just tune in and watch the council meeting, so now we're back live. So that's all I have to report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to call on Shima. Oh, yeah, well, no, I'll Christine Taylor, our new community director, and then Shima.
Thank you, Mayor. Just briefly, the Economic Development Committee meeting scheduled for this Thursday has been canceled due to some scheduling conflicts and will be rescheduled for September. Nothing else to report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'll go to Cynthia Alvarado Crawford, Director of Parks Recreation.
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and members of the council. Here's what's going on in Rialto. Brain Freeze Ice Cream Social will be Thursday, September 4th at the Grace Vargas Senior Center from 2 to 3 p.m. Our Rialto Sports Hall of Fame ceremony will be Saturday, September 6th at the Carl Johnson Center Gym from 5 to 7 p.m. Our Senior Health and Wellness Expo will be Wednesday, September 10th at Grace Vargas Senior Center from 10 to 2. Birdsall Park Cleanup will be Saturday, September 13th at Birdsall Park from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. The Rialto Fitness and Aquatic Center will have an open house on September 8th through the 13th. And then your save the dates. Rialto Petapalooza and Pollution Prevention Fair will be Saturday, September 20th here at the City Clerk parking lot from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Viva La Fiesta will be Saturday, September 27th at Jerry Eves Park from 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. And then Move with Mad will be Saturday, October 4th at Joe Sampson Park, 7 a.m. And that concludes my announcements.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, I'd like to call on Scott William, our Director of Finance.
Thank you, Mayor. No update.
Did you get one of these? Huh? Did you get one of those? Or did I grab one of yours? Yeah, I grabbed yours. No report? Thank you. Next, I'd like to call on Human Resources Director, Shima.
I have nothing to report. Thank you.
Thank you. And then, of course, we don't have a our utilities position yet filled? Okay, that concludes reports from committee. Do I hear a motion to adjourn? Motion's been made by Carla Perez. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Council Member Montoya. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any oppositions? Hearing none, motion carries. Council's adjourned.